Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rising World Unity on the Radio Man 03. It's awesome to have you along. Sorry it's taken me a few days to get the I'll look at the Rising World. They brought in a building update, so we can see what the blocks look like. Well, Friday I tried to sit down and I recorded once and it didn't turn out so good. And then I started a second one, but then Variety came home. And we got kind of started on our Friday early. So what I've done is, what they did was, for the building, have a workbench with you. You have to access the workbench. And you've got all your wood, stone, bricks, marble, concrete, asphalt, plaster, tiles, metal, emissive materials. What's this one? Emissive materials, roofing, and miscellaneous. So you got a lot of different choices. We'll get to this in just a second. But it's JIW Games is wanting us to kind of test it out and see how things look. And what I noticed is I made a couple of the brick blocks, and I noticed the textures blend together perfectly. You can't see the lines and seams like you used to be able to. They also talked about the fact that there's less flickering involved when it comes to two textures or two blocks coming together. And apparently making circles is much easier too now. So that's always nice. Is there any way I can... Let's go to our inventory. Let's take you guys out. You guys out. Take you out and you out. There we go. Now I can have empty hand. So what I did was, back at the beginning of this small area they have for us to kind of roam around in and get a look at this new world that they're creating, the new version of Rising World, which it just looks beautiful, looks fantastic. I just love it. They wanted us now to take a look at the building materials. What do you think of the building materials? And they look really good so far. I hope it's daytime. It's not going to be nighttime, right? I think it's going to be daytime. So it's very nice. It's very beautiful. Let's see, what did they add here? I wrote a few things down. Let me make sure I look at these things. We have 200 building materials and 27 shapes to mess around with and see how they work. Now, you can manipulate the texture and the terrain and stuff with your pick and break rocks and all that stuff, and you will get material, but you don't need any material right now for the workbench. This is simply just a way to test it. I was kind of hoping we're going to have a little bit more, but they want us to test out the building aspect of the game, and so I guess step by step we're going to kind of help them and let them know what's going on. I thought what was kind of unusual here, if they are watching, number two, number two, I keep wanting to scroll, and I can't scroll. I should know better. You got to use the arrows. That's Rising World. Now, if I hit Enter, I get a grid. Now, I've hit my arrow key up and down. I could, of course, swing that around and make it change shape. Enter key, of course, is to get the that grid to come on. Right-click to place. I notice the texture of this block doesn't line up with the texture of this block. So if I were going to build some kind of an arch, it would look a little unusual in this area. This side looks just fine, but this side doesn't necessarily, it's not lining up with this side over here. How do we got over here? This kind of has got an angle, a diagonal to it. But this side, the side of it, looks really, really good. That was one texture I noticed that was a little unusual, at least it seems. It could be something I'm doing as well. But enter to, of course, turn the grid off. Modular snapping disabled. And then let's talk about how you get the materials in your inventory so you guys know how to do that if you don't know already. What am I doing? Boom. Break that out. You need to go in here, F. Now, if I want to get some tiles, we were looking at the brick, weren't we? Let's try another brick out. Let's try this guy. Well, let's try this guy right here. If I double-click on it, it pulls up the different shapes. These are the 27 shapes we have to choose from. And each of these shapes can be manipulated, apparently. And if I right-click here, double-click, I get 64 in my inventory. Double-click. Where are those guys? They're on number 3. Okay, so let's try number 3 out. If I hit it's going to be hard to see, huh? If I hold down the right shift and arrow key, I can make that fatter. Oh, look at that. It's actually oval shaped now. Oh, look at there. That's right arrow key. Okay, that's as big as I can go with that, but that is absolutely enormous. That's all your keys left and right, as big as you can go. Boom. plant that down, and look at the size of that circle. That is massive. Now, can I add another one on the inside of this one if I wanted to? See, I can do that. That would make for an interesting staircase. Now, let's hold down right shift. If I go page up, so I can make it taller now as well. Page up, page down, and I could do that with any block. Let's take a look at that real quick. That is pretty dang cool. I gotta say right now, that is pretty dang cool. Let's go number 4. This is a, just so you guys get an idea, we're breaking these at the very beginning. Nice little tube that you can see through. Shift. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, you know, you could really get nuts with what you could do with something like that. Now, if I... Yeah, see, then I can rotate it with just the arrow keys, and I can turn it. And I can add that guy right there. That is going to be amazing, right? Is it right shift key and arrow up? Yes, it is. Now, if I go like that... Now, can I walk through this? Oh my gosh. Look at that. You could literally put that in the side of a mountain and make yourself a hobbit hole. Totally. Right? I picked up some resources too. I was just messing around here the other day, like I said. You know, just screwing around. So if I did that right there, just messing with the blocks, you know. So far, everything works just fine. Why do I have 100 apples? I don't know. Just because. The paintbrush. Have you guys seen the paintbrush yet? The paintbrush is pretty fun. Again, right click. And you can change the color of the paint on the paintbrush with a right click. And then you can paint. There it goes. Oh, it's going to paint the whole dang block. Okay. All right, right like that. Boom, just like so. So let's go white. For that smooth space station look, there's white. Or you could even pick a different stone to do that in and make it that smooth. Well, I think there's also wood block choices, right? Let's go ahead and take a look and see. Pretty awesome. We could do any block we want to. The sky's the limit on now what you can actually do. I mean, just think about it. Entire floors. Much easier to do now. What was I here looking for? I was looking for something in... Oh, the wood's at the top. The wood is way at the top. There we go. So if I were to pick a smooth kind of wood, let's go like there. And... well, let's pick this guy right here. You've given yourself an item. Indeed, I have. Let's take these guys down here. I had the other ones. I probably could have used the other ones, but, you know... Oh, there I go again. Now, if I hold shift and... Okay, that reduces that. That pulls that up. That turns that. How do I get the top part to... There we go, page down. I was thinking like something like that you could put in front of a doorway that is of this nature. You know. And then do I have to hit enter to... See, and I can slide... Oh my gosh, it's just amazing. If I hit enter, though, that's going to pull it right into place where it needs to be, and it's going to just smooth it out perfectly. Turn enter off. Let's take a look and see at that real quick. I'm curious to see. I mean, you can't barely see the line in between these two right here. That is amazing. It is really going to open up so many different avenues for us. Let's go ahead and look at the workbench again and just take a look at the different shapes so you guys get a feel for that. Hopefully I've explained the mechanics enough. There's tons more mechanics in there, and it's all for us to kind of explore and enjoy. Again, I do feel like the game, I need to wait for it to come along a little further before we start getting into a series on this. But a lot of these blocks, I am in love with them. They really look nice. Look at this here. Just let's look at some of the blocks. They're very nice. This brick is fabulous. I believe that's what I've been working with so far. No, it's not. Yes, it is. That's the brick I've been using. I really like this brick. It has a lot of great character to it. This one here, pretty nice as well. All of them look really good. And there's your different kinds of brick. I have to say I probably like this one the best. And this one here I like. This one would be very complementary. You can see where they complement each other, and there's a bit of a different shade on those as well, which is cool. Now if you do a smooth wall, which maybe that's what this is all for, these tiles, just nice and smooth, and maybe the paint goes on really nice on those. Let's see. Let's see if that's the case with these. I'm kind of curious to see if the paint goes on something super smooth, if it looks nice, or is it a problem? Nope. Did it again. Enter. And you still have the option to hold down left, right click, left, hold down left click, right click. Now let's go to the paintbrush. I'm kind of curious now. Let's not paint it white though. Something hot pink would be good. Okay, you do get a very smooth look of your paint. So I'm curious if all the blocks are going to be able to be stretchable. I mean, think about, does that include this guy right here? Yeah, you are not going to need nearly as many blocks to build things because you are going to have so much freedom with a block and just how big it actually is. I mean, let's take a look at this. Okay, if you're tiling a huge area, let's make sure we got the shift and arrow keys all the way. Okay, that's as big as that gets right there, but that is a huge block. Now, if I do that right there, I mean, I'm covering a lot of floor with a lot less material having to be gotten. Now, that depends on what the blocks are going to cost, I would imagine, but that seems to me that's really something right there. Now, what if I hit control? How does control work? I mean, manual positioning enabled. So that's right key, and it's snapping it along just fine. And it looks to me like it's doing it at faster intervals than it normally would, which I'm kind of okay with. Let's get up here so we can see it a little bit better. I should have been using this white block all along. It makes it very easy to see. So this is like, you've seen me frame in windows and how tedious it is, and it takes a really long time because it literally hits every spot. This will be nice. Yeah, that'll be nice. In addition, grid is still available by hitting G. Grid enabled. Let's turn off control and enter. There we go. So now you've got the grid, and the plus key and the minus key will alter that grid for you so you can be far more detailed in what you're snapping to where. Huh? G for grid. I mean, that's nice. Now that looks like it's going to help a little bit. If I hit the minus key, that makes it even... How small can I get? I can get down to a grid of that size, people. If I do that, that's going to help a little bit with placement too when it comes to something like that, I think. Look at the shadow. Do you see the shadow? Now you could go get more stairs. You could go make stairs, but why do that when you can just... Oops. Wrong key. There we go. Back out one, and then... Nope. Page down. Like so. And you can make... If I turn the grid off, now I have freedom to place this guy wherever I want to place him. If I hit enter though, I think, no, he wants to snap up a little bit. I was thinking you could do something like that. You can make your own stairs, which of course you can. Let's turn enter off again and just see if we can place this guy freehand. That looks just fine to me. And boom, up you go. You're up some stairs. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I love what kind of ideas are going through my head with this circle right here. It's very cool. The blocks look great. JIW Games. They blend together beautifully. I mean, look at this. Let's get, if I take that out of my inventory and I put it back in my inventory, it's right back where it was. Now, if I hit Control, backspace, no. I don't know why I'm hitting that over and over again. So I think, how can I make it forget all of this and go back to the block that it was originally? That I don't know. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Now I can get really tiny with that guy. I mean, look at that guy. He's tiny. Very detail. Very much detail available. It's really just phenomenal. Sky's the limit, right, guys? Sky's the limit. I mean, just look how that blends together here, as I was just saying before I put that block back in. You know, questions, people, questions. This blends together really, really well. It looks nice. 5. This should paint the whole... No, it does not paint the whole thing. Oh. Yes, it did. It painted the original block, didn't it? The whole block that we had laid down. Ooh, cyan. Nice. Nice. Look at that. Oh, man. Now, what if I do right here? Look at that. Going to be able to have some nice builds, guys. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just beautiful. I like that a lot. I don't know if there's an undo key for this. You guys may know or not, if there is, but I'm pretty sure I could just go back to white. There's plenty of colors to choose from. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you just have to go real quick. Takes nothing to paint that back. Oh man, talk about... Well, I guess since it's already painted, maybe it takes less to do it. But the very first time you do it, you got to give it a good hold down. I love it. I don't know what else to show you guys. There's, you know, there's... I'm going to kind of wait for it to get a little further along, for sure, because you know, we're waiting for that moment, of course, and it's going to be great. Here's your original block, square. You can rotate left and right with the arrow keys, and you can also go up and down, so you can place them at an angle, like so. I mean, that is awesome. If we hit grid, and then subtract that out, you know, it just, there's so many options now as to what you can do with the game. Now, if I hold down, if I do hit shift, I should be able to page. Oh, page up did not like that. I was kind of hoping to. Oh, look at the sun coming through those leaves way over there. Oh wow, it's gonna get dark. I'm gonna wrap up the episode right there. That's the building, guys. I mean, it's beautiful. The things we're gonna be able to do, just incredible, just incredible. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button for me. Comment, subscribe, and share. I'm the Radio Man 03. Have an awesome, fantastic, and a superb day, and I look forward to talking to you again next time.